Welcome to my last Better Together video as your Psyop president. I am super happy to have Larry Martinez with me. Larry is our inaugural chair of the Diversifying IO Psychology program, the DIP. And in this Better Together video, Larry's going to give us an update how things are going. Thank you, Larry, for joining me.
Yeah, thank you, Steven, for inviting me here today and for spearheading the DIP even since before we even knew what to call it.
So as a reminder, we officially created the DIP this last spring to address clear underrepresentation of Black, Latinx, Hispanic, Pacific Islanders, and Native American students in funded doctoral programs. Larry, the DIP, as you know, is a pathway program. Can you explain what this means and what it looks like?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the reality is that the path to grad school and PhD programs in particular is one that starts several years before applications are due for most successful applicants. And there are a lot of things that need to be in place to get into great programs. One of the most important is research experience, ideally in the field of IO psychology. So people also need to know about IO psychology as an option early in their undergrad careers. And that's just not the case for a lot of people, especially folks who go to schools that don't have IO psychologists working there, as is the case with a lot of HBCUs and a lot of similar institutions. So our main goals with this initiative were to increase awareness of IO psychology and PhD programs in particular, and to set people up with a program that would get them ready to have competitive applications to PhD programs in IO psych.
That's great. Larry, thanks. Thanks to the amazing work of you and your team, we actually were able to pull off a pilot program just a few months after this was all approved by the executive board, which is amazing. And the pilot program started with a virtual event that 500 students registered for. Tell me about this virtual event and what was done.
Yeah, I mean, we were so excited to see so many people register for the virtual event. We were expecting maybe 100, right? It was a 2-day, 6-hour event where people could tune in and learn pretty much everything there is to know about IO psychology as a career and how to prepare for applying to PhD programs. So the first day was focused on IO sort of as a field and different career options that ended up, and that ended with a session that was focused on grad students talking about their own experiences in current PhD programs. And then the second day was more practical and focused on finding programs that are finding good programs that are a good fit, weighing pros and cons, and preparing applications and actually getting ready to get started in a new PhD program.
That's so great. And I understand each session was designed with diverse representation in mind. Can you say a little bit more about that and why?
Yeah, I thought it would be important to showcase the diversity of identities and characteristics and experiences that Psyop members have, especially for folks that are new to the field and trying to figure out where they might belong. So the speakers were all IO psychologists of color, included current PhD students, research active and administrative faculty, applied practitioners and consultants working in large firms and as independent entrepreneurs, and all the way up to even former Psyop presidents. So I think it was especially nice also that you kicked us off with a welcome speech as the current Psyop president, and Mo Wang closed us out as the next Psyop president. And I think it just really communicated that Psyop is devoted to fostering the kind of future that we're all excited about.
That's great. And then a smaller group of students has an opportunity for a supervised research opportunity. Can you unpack that a little bit?
Right. So we invited folks to apply for a 10-week research mentorship experience where they got paired with some awesome mentors who are in the middle of integrating our scholars, as we're calling them, into their own labs and ongoing research projects. And I keep up with them through a Slack channel that we're all on, and we have little meet and greets so far. And from what I've heard, it's going really, really well so far. So I'm excited to see what the scholars are going to end up working on. And we're only a few weeks into the program so far. So
that's so great. And the culmination of this is that all these scholars come to Psyop.
Right. So we realized that the Psyop conference itself is an amazing opportunity to get to know the field. I think IO psychology is perceived by a lot of students, particularly students of color, as this kind of amorphous thing that's done by faceless scientists, like in an ivory tower, right? But meeting the people who do the work and seeing how nice and friendly and supportive we are as a group, I think can really make people feel like they can see themselves as IO psychologists too. That's my hope anyway. So not to mention all the practical benefits of networking and learning more about what's going on in the field right now. I can't think of a better way to support folks who are just starting out in their careers.
I agree. And it was wonderful that we were able to pay for them to come and give them housing. So it's just ideal. I think they'll feel very special and very connected. So this was our pilot year. What did we learn? And what do you want people to know about our official rollout this fall?
Yeah, so it's definitely been a learning experience, especially for me. I'm really proud that we were able to pull this off in the first year. I mean, the DIP committee didn't even exist until after last year's Psyop conference. So there was a lot of ramping up that we needed to do. But I think there are a lot of things we can improve on as we keep doing this, because there are a lot of moving pieces with strict deadlines. In particular, I think I'd like to start to create subcommittees within the DIP committee to help execute the different phases. I'm looking forward to working with Lars Johnson as the new chair. I think the new chair in training, I think we can talk about that now. So that's super exciting. And there are a lot of processes associated with the applications for both the scholars and the mentors that I think we can formalize and make more fair and more transparent. So I think we've done a really good job, but I'm looking forward to making the program even better as we continue to learn about how to do this.
Great thoughts. You know, in my mind, the DIP will always be a work in progress in a good way. Namely, we want this program to get better and better, more positively impactful each and every year. So we're going to keep learning and improving and just getting this thing right. And the beauty of this is a long-term commitment by Psyop. You know, we're in it for the long haul. So with that, Larry, I want to thank you deeply for all that you've done for this program and for Psyop. When I asked you to chair this, you were just all in. And what you've been able to do with you and your team has just been incredible. And I am very, very grateful.
No, thank you, Steven. I mean, I remember how passionate you were about this when I was first asked to be a part of the group that sort of dreamed this initiative up on the initial meetings. And you said that this was one of the things that you were most passionate about for your time as president of Psyop, and you've done everything you can to make this happen. So, and everyone really has. I've been really touched by how much work the initial task force, the committee, the speakers at the virtual event, the mentors, and especially the Psyop staff have put into making all of this happen. It's an incredibly important initiative that's really complicated, and the passion and work that's gone into this from everyone is just really, really heartwarming. So being able to help with this has really, truly been my honor. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you very much. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. I just have a few more remarks because this is my last video, Larry. Have you been watching every video to date?
Almost everyone. I think I missed one or two. Yeah.
Good.
But
all right.
Thank you for doing this. It's important.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. All righty. So as this is my last Better Together video as president, I want to thank everyone for watching. My hope with these videos, was to educate, to inform, to make Psyop feel smaller. And going back to my presidential theme, demonstrate how we are truly better together. As a science, as a practice, as a professional organization, and as a community, we are better together. Together, we can support each other. We can push and challenge each other. We can learn from each other. We can collaborate with each other to maximize positive impact. And we can help each other become the best we can be. With that, serving as president of Psyop has been an incredible honor, an honor I've taken very seriously. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I'm so grateful that an organization like Psyop exists as our professional home. And I'm so grateful to be part of this amazing community of IO folks. And I look forward to hopefully seeing each and every one of you in Seattle. Thank you again.